Hassan has been, one of the most inspiring players that I've ever coached. When I look at his 4-year journey at Emory, it's really amazing and a lot of heartache. But he's one of those kids that never ever would allow those obstacles standing in his way to affect his motivation or desire, and it just made it stronger. Hassan, his freshman year, his first month at school, we played a tournament and he had a severe ankle injury. And that moment really set the course, unfortunately, for 2.5, 3 years worth of frustration. He wasn't able to play his freshman year because the ankle wasn't quite right. And then his sophomore year, we finally were able to figure out what the deal was, and he had surgery, so he missed his sophomore year. His junior year was basically spent rehabbing and getting him back to where he needed to be. And any other player would have probably quit and just gotten so frustrated, but this is a young man who just, never gives in. And his senior year, I could tell he was, really motivated and just had this desire to compete for a national championship. And he was an amazing leader. He was one of our captains, and he led by example. He was the hardest working player that we've had on the team for sure. And unfortunately, it's like this story has a sad ending because of coronavirus, but at the same time, I was able to watch him and see how he conducted himself in the limited amount of time we had in the spring, and he was amazing. And the highlight of his career is when we went to the indoor national championship, and it was a chance for me to watch him actually compete at his best. So positive, was hit with a couple different tough roller coaster matches, but never gave in, and he ended up winning all 3 doubles matches and 2 out of his 3 singles matches, and he helped his team win an indoor national championship. And so, as painful as this coronavirus is to deal with in terms of our season being over, I can look at Hassan and just understand that, you're faced with a difficult situation, don't give in, and he's really been a role model for not only me, but for our entire team. There's so many emotions that come out, when you have your season completely taken away from you from a coronavirus, something you can't control. And I think we all go through that grieving process. I think the one emotion or one feeling I have that I still haven't gotten to be able to get over necessarily is one of our seniors, Serituk. And Rex is a young man who played his first 3 years. He was always on the fringe of making the lineup, and for whatever reason, he was never able to really get over the hump. And we had some good teams, and I knew his senior year, senior year is difficult for everybody. They're looking for jobs, but it was definitely an opportunity for him to get into the lineup. And I know that Rex, rightfully so, was probably thinking, if I put all of this time in, I haven't gotten a lineup, probably won't get in the lineup in the spring, so what's the point? And I could kind of tell he was a little bit mentally or emotionally on the fence. And after our fall season, I think we had a conversation, and it was just like kind of trying to tell Rex, look, you have an opportunity here, and you want to try and go out on your terms, or at least feel good about the effort. And my respect for Rex really, really grew, in the spring, where I just saw a different person and somebody who was going to not allow circumstances to stop his goal. And he ended up having, even though our spring was really short, he ended up having an amazing season for us. And again, it's just that heartbreak where he can't complete and feel those emotions at NCAA's, but thankfully he did have one experience, and that was at the indoor national championship. And he was playing number 5 singles, and there's a lot of pressure in that environment, and Rex relished it. And his best tennis came out, I remember some points and some matches where I'm like, I cannot believe this young man is doing this. And the best thing about that event for me was that we were in the finals against Claremont, and the match was coming down to Rex, and he was in a third set, and he was the one who clinched the match for us. And at the very least, I know that even though his career is shortened and I'm sure he's frustrated, he'll always have that memory.